Hey, it's me, Troy, from Scare Hollow, and today is not a good day here at Scare Hollow. First, one of my kids was sick and had to stay home from school. He said he didn't want to talk like a giant anymore, so I think his head was pretty full of congestion and whatever. And my daughter got her 2-year-old shots, and so she was crying like crazy at the doctor. But other than that, we had probably the worst thing that ever happens to a haunter is city building inspectors. One of them came by today, and my wife was home, but she didn't see him until after he had already left. I'm gonna switch hands because that hand is kind of hurting because I have a hurt thumb. Oh yeah, you want to see? Where is it? There it is. It's pretty cool. It's gonna be a haunt scar. Yeah. Chicks dig. Do dead chicks dig scars? Dead chicks dig scars. Say that a bunch of times fast. Anyways, dead chicks digging scars. That's pretty Halloween related. Pretty Halloween. So, you can tell I'm not my normal happy cherry self. But, so we actually have the form here. City of Wood Village. That's where I live, Wood Village. Hence Hollow Woods Motel, Scare Hollow, Wood Village. Try to incorporate them into our haunt, and then dun dun dun. So, what it actually says is, it says, structure being built in driveway may need permits and or approval. Please contact City of Wood Village Planning Department ASAP. And then down here it says, structure may be considered temporary building and must meet requirements in the attached zoning code section 380. So, and it does say that requested by City of Wood Village, but it says project name haunted house. That is pretty cool. But so, and to check the safety of the structure. So they did give me the section 380 temporary uses and all this kind of stuff, blah 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 blah. We're hoping for this: any temporary use of land for up to a 14-day duration, such as a promotional event, festival, carnival, or outdoor sale, does not need a permit. But if it does, then seasonal, special event, and street vendors. So we're figuring we're going to be under there. Some of these things we end up. I'll put it on here for a second. Most of these things we can get around or don't apply to us. The one that might hurt us is this: proof of property owner's permission. We are a renter, so we don't technically have their permission, but the landlord knows that we do it. So it's kind of a catch-22. We are not going to have any of these issues, maybe odors, because we do have Froggy's Fog scents, but that's okay. And there won't be any lights outside of the haunt because, well, that won't be natural light because all the lighting will be inside and under the roof. So the parking thing might be an issue too, but I think that would be it, but the one cool thing is right here. It says the Planning Commission can make an exception to any requirement in this section upon finding that there is overriding public benefit to the exception. So there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo there, which I don't really like, and I don't understand half of it because they use stupid words. It's like, I understand they have to do it by legal words because then a lawyer and judge can read it as that's verbatim what the law says, but they need to almost make a city code for dummies and a city code for lawyers, and the lawyer one just stays in a book somewhere in their shelves. The city code for dummies or residents would be available online and stuff like that, so that we can understand what it means instead of having to call them and then they get to have their, some of these people in these smaller city governments like to think that they're big hotshots, and from what I've heard, the City of Wood Village does have or have had in the past. I do not know any of them now. I know our mayor's still the same that she's been for a while. And she's a great mayor. I mean, we have a lot of great things here. We're a very small city. We only have 3,000 people. I think there's like 200 some odd houses here in the whole city. It's very small. I mean, you could, if you were Tiger Woods, you could probably hit a golf ball from one end of the city to the other at certain places. We do have a giant Walmart, though, one of the biggest in Oregon. It's right down the street from my house, so we have that. But so I've already put a call into them to decide what we need to do. I did kind of smooth them over, saying that it's temporary. We have emergency exits. We have it's garbage day. People are rolling out their garbages. And so we have fire extinguishers. We're going to have a smoke detector in there. We have emergency exits. We're going to have lighting. We have the 3D drawing of the plan. I will make out some kind of just a sketch of the actual layout, because you can't really see it in the 3D as well. I mean, you can get the idea of where the walls are. So, I mean, a firefighter, if he comes through here and is fighting a fire, don't worry about putting that out. Put out the house. I don't care about the haunt. Just put out my house. That has all my stuff in it. I don't care about the haunt. That was all basically free anyways. So, which is the silver lining to all of this. If we don't get to do it, I think we've still only spent not even $150. So, and most that's on screws and some wood, which I could always use. Build something in the backyard for my kids. So, or build more Halloweens here. So, Scare Hollow will still go on this year, for sure. We're just going to have to figure out if we can do the motel, or if we're just going to have to do what we did last year and put something in the garage, which I'm out here in the garage right now. That's my weekly plan, because it's raining for the next couple days. So I'm going to be in the garage cleaning it all up so I can start putting the walls up in the garage. I can at least put up the funeral home that we had last year. So, and the graveyard and everything like that. So all that stuff is still going out. I won't have the archway because that thing fell apart. That was a last-minute disaster. So I think it actually fell like November 3rd. It just like collapsed and died. So, but we do have our pillars and stuff like that, which then I'd have to remake one of those because the wind tore up one of my pillars. And it's about to get really loud in here because my new washer and dryer has like an industrial turbo spin, and so it goes really fast and it's turbo. Anyways, so, but it's all 6 minutes on here. So if anybody has any advice other than the normal stuff we get on when this happens to people, we're going to find out if we can just get away with doing it, or if we can say, well, we're only letting people on the premises for 3 days, so maybe we can fall into that 14-day special permit thing, and we just don't let any of the public in other than those 3 days, and haunters whenever I feel like it, because I can just invite you over to my house as a friend and you can walk through it. So just the general public, anybody that I don't know, wouldn't be able to come in until the, the 25th and the 31st and 1st, like we're going to be open. So it's a blow, but it's not a permanent blow, and I'm going to stay positive, and I think that we're going to end up being okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. As far as I can tell, nobody in the neighborhood complained, and I do have an option that I was thinking about earlier today, that if they come down and they say, well, we can't let you do it, or we're going to let you do it with all this stipulations basically to make me not be able to do it, like we've heard the fire marshals do these out of this world stipulations to get these things done, is I could probably go around to the neighbors and get everybody to sign something saying that they're okay with it. Obviously the jackass across the street won't sign it, but out of like, I think there's 40 houses in here, or 30 houses in this little double cul-de-sac road that we have here, so I could get a pretty fair amount of them. So to sign to say that it's okay. So hopefully maybe Wood Village will listen to that and say, hey, well, the neighborhood wants it, so let's just let them do it. And the only problem is, since I'm a renter, I think this is going to end up going back to the landlord, and it could go back to the owner of the house, and they might put a kibosh on it right away. And chances are, with how slow things go, I bet you it'll happen in the middle of October when we've got the okay from the city, but then the landlord finds out, or the landlord knows, but the owner of the house doesn't know. But so it's up November 5th or whatever it comes down, and they would never know. So I don't know. So the washer's getting louder, so I'm gonna go. I will talk to everybody later. Go ahead and leave your comments and stuff like that, and we'll see what happens. I will update. I'll probably do a vlog every day that I find something new. So subscribe to us, and we'll see what happens. All right, bye.